Hello and welcome back to this channel. I'm your host Edekanobot. This is Isaac News. As you know already on Isaac News, our job here is to bring you up to speed with amazing things happening in our country, Nigeria. On today's episode of Isaac News, our focus is Ogun State. The Ogun State government, under the leadership of Mr. Dopa Abiodun, on the 24th of February 2023, received its maiden flight to her international cargo airport. So these and many more are the things we're going to look at in today's video. Stay tuned and enjoy the rest of the video. I would like you to know from the very onset of this video that the Ogun State governor has done an amazing job understanding the proximity between Ogun and Lagos and trying to benefit maximally from Lagos' ever-expanding economy. So part of the job he has done is to set up Ogun State in such a way as to allow the spillovers from Lagos so as to benefit the Ogun people and to also come up with amazing initiatives. But then this particular initiative is not his own, okay? The current cargo airport, which is being built by the current Ogun governor, Mr. Dapo Abiodun, was something that was initiated by his predecessor as far back as 2007. That's amazing. So as far back as 2007, this airport that is being built now was already on the drawing board. But the current governor took it upon himself to complete abandoned project. In his own words, he said, I will not leave any abandoned project from previous government. Those they funded or those they abandoned midway will be completed by us. That's the mindset of a builder. That's the mindset of a builder. Same goes with our dear President Muhammadu Buhari. Upon his assumption of office way back in 2015, he began to look at key infrastructures or projects instituted by government before him, even as far back as governments during the military regime, to see how he can bring back to life projects that will be beneficial to the nation on a mega scale. And that's exactly what the Ogun State governor he is doing and has done. So how did they have funding for the airport? So partnership on the airport was given an expression of about $400 million. So investment came from corporations such as the African Finance Corporation and the Africa Import Export Bank and the Ogun State government as well. So these were the major sources of finance for building the project. So the Ogun State governor has done an amazing job in positioning Ogun State in a way that would benefit maximally from the ever-expanding Lagos State economy. So as we speak right now, the customs have already booked for 100 acres of land. Not just the Nigerian customs, the Nigerian Air Force as well has already booked a space for its base in the International Cargo Airport. So it's customary in Nigeria that, and I believe it's global practice, but I can't vouch for that, that in every airport in Nigeria, there's usually an air base there, an Air Force base, where the Air Force guys would stay to oversee some operations and to also carry out its flights from one state to the other. So this international cargo airport is attracting more and more investors, and attention from investors across board. So we have commercial flight operators who have indicated interest. We have people who want to build warehouses who have indicated interest. We have people who want to go into large-scale farming who have indicated interest. We have, like, the Air Force have indicated interest to build a training school at the Ogun International Airport. We also have people who are going into the hospitality business that have applied to build hotels. We also have the demonstration farms that would be run through an outgrower scheme. So the entire airport has been gaining lots of attraction from foreign investors and even local indigenous investors. The state governor of Ogun State, in the person of Dopa Abiodun, has said that um, the siting of the airport will generate over 25,000 to 30,000 jobs. So this airport has a lot to offer the people of Ogun State. All right, moving on. The Gateway Agro Airport is strategically located within an Aroteopolis. So you may want to know what an Aroteopolis. So it's a compound word gotten from two individual words, aero and a metropolis. So it is basically a metropolis, a metropolitan sub-region that is dependent on an airport. So an aerotropolis is a metropolis that is heavily dependent on an airport. This is why this airport, this Ogun International Cargo Airport, is located where it is located. So it is located along the busy Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, and also located and is also very close to the Sagum Benin Expressway, therefore sharing key close proximity to key industrial and agro-economic clusters within the state and within its southwestern neighbors. So the airport would also provide facilities such as cargo processing, facilities such as storage, facilities such as warehouses. This airport will provide training centers, like I said earlier, training centers, especially for the Air Force to train its troops. It would provide an international standard testing center for agricultural produce. It is part of the reason why the customs service have already booked 100-acre expanse of land to set up a base so as to check goods coming in and leaving Ogun State via this airport. It would interest you to also know that commercial flights would also go alongside with cargo transport. So it would not just be an airport that would just do only cargo movements via, to and fro Ogun State, but commercial flights would also happen. In fact, the maiden flight that happened as of 23rd of February 2023 was a commercial flight. It wasn't even a cargo flight, but that was the first time an airport landed in Ogun State, and it was welcomed by dignitaries in the country. It would also interest you to know that just in the year, a few years ago in 2021, this area where the airport is being located was a dump site. So a dump site right now is being transformed into an aerotropolis. Like I said, an aerotropolis is a metropolis that is centered on the airport. So the airport is like the epic center of the metropolis. Everything is hinged on the airport. The location of the airport is very strategic, and every other facility, structure, infrastructure is built to further maximize the capacities that the airport has to provide. So it was a dump site, a refuse site. It is being turned into an aerotropolis. It needs no gainsaying that agricultural value chain, the people and the economy of the state would improve. So what is agricultural value chain, you may want to know? So typically agricultural products are they are perishable products. Okay, when they are produced majorly in the north or in some southwestern regions, it has a very short lifespan, and it needs to be properly transported in a way that would ensure its longevity. So if you're transporting certain things by road, it would reduce its longevity, it would reduce its lifespan. So imagine that something is being produced in the north and it gets to an agro airport in a very short time. It can be shipped, or pardon me, flown can be flown to any area of Nigeria in a matter of minutes and then preserved properly in probably a silo or just in a proper preservative zone. This is what this airport stands to do, and this is basically what you may call an agricultural value chain. So it's going to improve the lives and the livelihood of those in Ogun State and those who are into agriculture, in large scale agriculture. So as we wrap up today's segment of the video, I'd like you to like this video, share and subscribe, and also give a big shout out to the Ogun State governor for this amazing feat that is being done. The project is yet to be commissioned. Okay, it has not yet been commissioned, but a lot of work has been done so far. The runway, which is rumored to be the longest runway in Nigeria, has been completed. That is why we had that flight, land as of Thursday, 23rd February 2023. So it's an amazing one, and when the airport is being commissioned, we're going to make a video about it, talking about it and some other prospects that it has to offer the people of Ogun State and Nigeria as a whole. And I thank the Ogun State governor because, like I said earlier, he's committed to ensuring that projects started by previous governments that have, national benefits will not be abandoned or sidelined by his government. He's going to do his best to ensure that everything runs smoothly. So we've come to the end of today's video. I'd like you to like, share, subscribe, and till we see you again, remain blessed.